Good morning, everyone. My name's Andrew. I'm going to be talking today to you about collaborative learning, and I'm going to be going through some of the things that can go wrong, and also talking about ICT and its involvement. What I'm going to need you to do is just get ready a pen and a piece of paper, preferably a piece of paper that you can tear out, or a loose piece of paper. And I'd also like you quickly now, so we save time a bit later, is to glance around you and try to find a partner. If you can't find, or if you're the extra person out, you can work in groups of 3, but just look over to the person next to you and make sure you've made eye contact and you're able to work together and there's no sort of immediate clashes between you. Up on the transparency, I've got a couple of quotes, and that pretty much sums up some of the things we're going to be going through today. The first deals with how ideas can develop and grow when we share them, and how they can multiply when we share them. So today we're going to be doing a bit of sharing of ideas amongst ourselves. The second quote, we may have all come here on different ships, but we're all in the same boat now. When someone says to me we're all in the same boat now, I tend to think that we're in a bit of strife. So today's lessons are going to be a little bit about some of the problems that come up in implementing collaborative type learnings and cooperative type learnings, I guess, is two different words there. And the first, and the cartoon at the bottom just deals with some of the ways that information technology can be used in collaborative and cooperative styles of learning tasks. Can you guys see okay there? Yeah, sure.
Actually, no. Can you move the wall? By the end of the lesson? Yes.
I like these transparencies. Who did the reading? Who read it? Who prepared today? A few people? Yeah. Some of you, on holiday, that's okay. Part of the reading was an introduction into Jigsaw, a style of collaborative learning, a way of dividing up a class and implementing a collaborative learning task. So I was immediately struck at how similar it is to what we're doing here. At the start of this course, we were presented with some reading material, divided into groups. Each of our groups became experts in those areas and subsequently taught those expert areas to the rest of the class. What I want you to do now, just in pairs, or on your own if you like, is just write down some of the things that you think the teacher's role is in this style of learning. So reflect on the class, maybe have a look at the end for some inspiration, and just write down a couple of ideas of what you think the teacher's role is in this setup in a Jigsaw style learning collaborative task.
Just like, I'm going to write down, keep things on track.
Yeah, just like guide.
Yeah, thank God. So
yeah, you're sort of managing the groups and overseeing them to make sure that they're working together.
Might be something wrong or have automatic, gives a good example of how I would do it.
Make sure you write down some things you're going to do
Like a shooter.
Can we wrap it up there? Maybe just jot down a few of the points that you were just talking about. Make sure you got them down, and we'll continue to the next section, which is going to be talking a little bit about what goes wrong. When I read the section on what goes wrong with collaborative learning, I was struck by, and I guess this is probably my own personal way of understanding things, is what sort of assumptions about learning and teaching can lead to problems in a collaborative learning environment. What sort of approaches do students come to your classroom with that can cause them to come up against a bit of strife when it comes to working as groups and working collaboratively? I've identified 3 of the more important ones I thought of problems that could go wrong, and I've listed them up there, and I've also given a couple of examples of what I think are some of the attitudes and beliefs that students have about teaching, or teachers have about teaching and learning, that cause these problems. So what I'd like you to do now, just in your pairs, is generate some more of those ideas that you think might lead to students having difficulty with collaborative learning. And if you like, think about some of the attitudes and beliefs that teachers might have that can cause problems with approaches to collaborative learning. This second one here, I haven't given anything, but a possibility might be, why should I be helping others? I'm here to learn for myself. A belief and attitude causes problems in collaborative learning. So just in your pairs, if you just have a go at that, I'm available if you're not sure of the task, but try and get some points down on paper.
So I might assume it's the teacher's job to, you know, be the one to give them information rather than having to generate it themselves through cooperation, which is laziness.
Trust the students that they don't really come up with their own answer.
Oh, like the teacher might think they're not capable.
But then the teacher might think that as well. Like, you go both ways.
Just going to go to Wiki and copy and paste, and you're going to get done with plagiarism. You know, you might have like,
Yeah. Andrew, 1 minute.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, I've just been informed that I have 1 minute left, so I'm going to try and wrap things up. If you can make a note of what you've just been talking about, so you've got it, and we'll move on to the next section. I don't think anyone expected to see this word in a micro-teaching class. I certainly didn't, but I thought I'd be bold enough to introduce it to you today. There's a bit of follow-up after today's lesson, and what I'd like you to do is, with your partner, the notes that you've taken, the notes that they've taken, swap them over so that you've got theirs and they've got yours.
We'll do a three-way.
If you haven't written anything, just give it to them anyway. I'd like you to log on to LMS, navigate to the professional practice page, and go to the discussions. And by the end of today's lesson, I would have created 2 discussions that you can choose from, and use the responses you've generated today to contribute to those discussions. Do I have to? You may be asking. And my answer to that is a couple of questions for you. As a qualified teacher, will you be doing these things? Will you be reflecting on what goes wrong with your teaching strategies? Will you be collaborating with other teachers? And will you be discussing problems so that you can help yourself and help your peers? If your answer is yes to any of these, get onto LMS and help everyone out by sharing your ideas. Thank you very much.